back, everyone, for some more of my AFC Wimbledon career mode here on FIFA 21. And we are we're past the halfway point to the season. We've already played 25 games. We got 21 more games to go left until we complete the League 2 season. And you can see on the very bottom here that we are on top of the League 2 standings by a comfortable margin. But before we talk about that and talk about some of the stuff that's been going on this season and what I have planned for the rest of the season, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. But first and foremost, we're getting a look at Archie Mason here, which I'm recording this before I see any of the comments and my previous episodes. But just in case anybody is wondering, I am basing this look of Archie Mason on his star head, his profile pic. But in-game, he looked completely different. He actually had almost like a crew cut hairstyle. But I will eventually give him that hairstyle down the road. But right now, I'm just going to have him according to what his profile pic looked like in FIFA 17 on the TheMasterBucks save. McLaughlin's been a revelation for us, but we'll talk more about that here when we actually get to the squad. I don't know why that's under club news. We're not in the Europa League. But we are going to take a look at League 2. I keep on wanting to say League 1, but we're in League 2. Well, in FIFA 21, AFC Wimbledon is in League 1, but I transferred them to League 2 because that is where they play in real life. But you can see we are 12 points ahead of Colchester. We got 19 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. The best goal differential in the league, best offense and best defense. Colchester and our rivals, MK Dons, make up the other automatic promotion spots, with Tranmere, Walsall, Southend, and Bradford making up the playoff spots, which a part of me is kind of rooting for Bradford just because MasterBucks did have a Road to Glory on them back in the day as well. As a matter of fact, he did one for FIFA 14. But we scored down the table. If relegation was a thing, Accrington and Harrogate Town would be in trouble. But we are going to look at the FA Cup, which I've been showing you guys every game up until this point, and we are drawn against West Bromwich Albion, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. Needless to say, they were a Premier League team when this game was made, so we are going to be up against Premier League opposition. Though I did transfer them to the Championship, so technically they're Championship side on this save, but in real life at this time, they were a Premier League side. But you can see we beat Harrogate Town 4-0 in round 2, and then in round 1 we ended up beating Rochdale 3-0 in round 1. Carabao Cup, we ended up getting knocked out of this tournament. Semi-finals, Nottingham Forest and Wolves, that'll be a good one. Liverpool and Sheffield United. A lot of the big boys leaving the competition. We ended up going out in the 4th round to Bournemouth in the 1-0 defeat, which is actually further than what I wanted us to go in the competition, to be honest with you. But see, we ended up beating Rotherham United 1-0 in round 2, and in round 1 we ended up beating Gillingham 5-4 on penalties after being 0-0. So we really did not perform the best in the Carabao Cup. Papa John's Trophy is, round 3. We are not a part of that. We ended up getting knocked out by, where are we at? Did we not make it? No, we didn't even make it out of group stage. We ended up, because of us losing our last game against Scunthorpe, we ended up getting knocked out of the Papa John's Trophy. I'm going to be mindful of that next year because I will be going after the Papa John's Trophy next year. League 2 playoffs, hopefully we don't have to worry about that, but just a reminder, we did win the preseason tournament, just to show you guys a little bit of that. Now we're going to be looking at stats here. You can see none of our guys in the top 8, which I did sim a lot of games. I didn't play a whole lot of games, but our leading goal scorer in the league is Andre Ivan, or Ivan, how you're supposed to pronounce it. 11 goals for us. Lopez, which I think is actually supposed to be Lopes because he's Portuguese, but I'm just going to say Lopez. 9 goals for him. Most assists, Lopez with 6. You can see Scowen with 4. Yvonne and McLaughlin with 4. Most clean sheets belongs to Nichols, arch rivals, with 11. Walker with 7 clean sheets. Ferreras, which is a Youth Academy graduate, already has 6 clean sheets. 6 clean sheets in 7 matches. That is absolutely incredible. You can see Ferreras already has the most clean sheets in FA Cup, so Ferreras might be a guy we might have to look at here going forward here in this career mode. I'm actually seriously impressed by that. But Taylor already getting an assist to his name in the FA Cup. Kent with a couple goals. Top goal scorer in the Carabao Cup. Do we have anybody in this competition? I don't think we do. Do we have anybody? Nope. And then Moyano, who I'm going to be sending out on loan, did get a couple clean sheets for us in the Carabao Cup. Papa John's Trophy, I'm not really expecting much out of this, to be honest with you. I don't think we really have anybody, because we only played a couple games in the Carabao Cup. I mean, in the Papa John's Trophy. Okay, in the national tournament, Yvonne with the most goals there. You can see some other guys are in there as well. Woodyard, Scowen, and Kent each getting a couple of assists, and a bunch of other players getting at least an assist for us. Walker with 3 clean sheets throughout the tournament. And I'm just going to go ahead and of course, Conference League was not a thing back then, so, and we're not worried about Europe till we actually get there. But we're going to take a look at the rest of England here. And of course, we're going to start with the Premier League. No surprise, Manchester City on top, though it is a surprise. Manchester United in 2nd, Liverpool in 3rd. Newcastle sitting, can't really say comfortably. They're only 6 points out of Aston Villa in the relegation spot. Nottingham Forest and Ipswich Town having absolute stinkers of seasons so far in the Premier League. Championship. Watford and Burnley occupy the top 2 spots. Sheffield United, Norwich, Preston, and Cardiff in the playoff spots. West Brom on the outside looking in. And Plymouth, Sunderland, and Portsmouth, no real surprise. Although Sunderland, at the time of recording this, are on top of the championship, and as a Newcastle fan, that hurts me. But Huddersfield and Derby, which Huddersfield is absolutely walking away with this tournament. As a matter of fact, they're going on an invincible season here in League 1. 23 wins and 2 draws. 71 points. Only 12 goals conceded, which is insane. Derby County making up the other automatic spot. Birmingham, Wigan, Blackpool, and Burton Albion are in the playoff positions. Cambridge, Stevenage, Doncaster, and Port Vale are in the relegation spots. But we are going to take a look at objectives again here real quick. Youth development, which was our highest priority. We managed to get that. Sign 1 youth player, which they do want us to sign somebody on a permanent transfer, so that's not going to be done. And then, actually, which I'm going to talk about that here pretty soon. Sell 2 players and sign, we have not done anything with that yet. League 2, they want us to win the league, which we're well on the way to that. And FA Cup, we already reached the round of 16, so we really don't even need to get and play the game. How are we in the round of 16? We're only in the 3rd round. How are we in the round of 16? Round of 16 is not the 3rd round. Okay, that's weird, but apparently according to the game, we completed the objective. Now, I will say this, because we do have $40 million in the transfer budget. We are in a season-long transfer embargo, but I will let you guys right now that the embargo will be ending on June 1st. And then once June 1st comes along, from the 2nd on, I will be making some signings. So, to be honest with you, most of them are probably going to be release clause signings, which I'm going to show you guys a short list here later on. But I will be making some transfers here, and probably around the 4th of June or the 3rd of June, I'll be wrapping up the season 1 finale, which I only have about 3 or 4 more episodes left in season 1. I do want to condense this first season down. That way this career mode goes at a reasonable pace. But we will be using most, if not all, of our transfer budget here from June 1st on. That is when our transfer embargo, and because technically that's when our first season will end. So that's how I'm going to play it. But now we're going to be looking at our youth academy here. If there's anybody in particular you want to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. Couple decent ones. Actually should promote James Stewart, but I think I'll wait a little bit. Same with Marcus Dobson. I think I really should promote him as well. Actually, no, I can't promote James Stewart because he's underage, but Dobson I can probably get and promote him. But if anybody in particular you want to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. I put everybody on a squad. I changed everybody's development plans before the episode, so I don't have to worry about wasting time with that on camera. Okay, there's really no... I mean, transfer history is just pretty much guys going to be loaned out. The Vergara, Moyano, Hardigan, Nightingale, Cox, and Columbayi. You guys have already seen that on camera. We're on a transfer embargo, so it's not like we're going to be bringing any players in. But take a look at our squad here real quick. Now, I'm going to be going down the list, and I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about each player. As we look at the stats and that, you can see we got this team is just absolutely sick for. Even our backup team is a sick squad for League 2. Even League 1, that's a top team for League 1. So we are making a heck of a good team here. Ferreras, especially, is a guy I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Possibly, I'll be giving him some game time, but we're going to be looking at stats. And it should be no surprise, Andre Ivan, 16 goals, 6 assists in 28 matches. He is the captain of this team, and of all the people that I inherited from MasterBucks on this team, he is the guy that I think is going to be most likely to be with us to go the distance here in this particular career mode. Leonardo Lopez, to be honest with you, he's been okay, though he really hasn't been as good as what I thought he'd be. He's already 72 rated. I may consider putting him on a transfer list alongside Brian Berber and Ryan Kent. Which, speaking of Ryan Kent, he has already grown by 5. He's already at 77. He should be going for a good feed next year. Though, one thing to keep in mind, though, too, we are a League 1 side, so we're not going to be getting as much money for our players as what we would if we were in the Premier League or even the Championship, so that is one thing to be mindful of. But Lyle Taylor, I will be moving him on next season. He's going to be approaching 31 years of age. I'm actually very surprised he's actually grown by 1. McLaughlin's grown like a weed, and he's been absolutely fantastic on that right wing since I converted him. He's already at a 69, pushing 70, so he is definitely a player that I plan on using going forward in this career mode. George Thomas is actually a guy I was not expecting him to grow by 3, but he is at a 66. I am, to be honest with you, more inclined to keep him over Leonardo Lopez. Like I said, I do want to raise some revenue next season to bring in some of the guys in my shortlist, which I'll show you guys here in a bit. Julien Ngoy, another guy that I'm considering keeping for the longer term. He may end up being a bench player, but he is a guy that I do. He's already grown by 4. Not quite as fast as McLaughlin, though McLaughlin did get that boost from me changing him from right wing back to right back. Josh Scowen, it's taking him an eternity to change to center mid, and yes, he is at a 70, but I am more than likely going to be putting him on a transfer list at the end of the season as well. Even though he's really not done anything wrong, I mean, he has been okay. Carol Metz may be with me long term, though he's not expected to grow beyond the 69 this season. So if anything, he may be relegated to the bench next year. But Joe Byrne, like I said, same overall as Ryan Kent. He will be transfer listed next season. Hopefully, he'll be going for a good amount of money. Andre Dizelle is a player that I do plan, whether he's part of my starting 11 or on the bench, a guy that I plan to be using moving forward in his career mode. Alex Woodyard, 28 years of age, really hasn't put a foot wrong. As a matter of fact, he scored that good goal when I played with him in the FA Cup, though. He may be another guy that I plan on transfer listing, though I'm not sure about that yet. Mervyn Schultz grown by 3, though benefited from a position change. He did start off as a center defensive mid. I did change him to center back. He is a guy that I plan on using forward. One of the several guys that I inherited from MasterBucks. See a couple of our guys out on loan. Darius Charles. Now, I said at the beginning of this career mode I wasn't planning on selling anybody in this first season, but I'm not sure if if it actually shows on here, but he is transfer listed, though he did submit a transfer request due to a contract dispute. So I am planning on selling him. If I could get an offer for him in this January transfer window, I will let him go, and that money will be going towards the end of the season when I'll be able to do signings from June 2nd on. Zanev is a guy that he is my third string goalkeeper, though I really haven't used him at all. Darnell Johnson, I'm still torn about him. I'm thinking about possibly transfer listing him, although he is only 22 years of age. He has grown by 2. So I'm not sure if I want to loan list him or actually transfer. I think I do have him loan listed. No, I don't. Though I do have several center backs out on loan already, so he may be a guy that... And he is one of the default players in this... on this team, so I may end up transfer listing since we have a plethora of center backs as it is. But Asal, 51 rated, I have him transfer listed. Rudani is my third string cam, which I may end up keeping him just in case something happens with one of my other center attacking mids. Jack Madeline, the Welsh center back, I do have him loan listed. Hussein Byler, I have him loan listed as well. Shea Alexander will probably end up being at least my backup right back going into next season. Though he is on the reserves because I do have Osu on my bench as my backup wide back. Auer is in my backup team. Chislett, by the way, I do have him... Do I have him loan listed? No, I don't. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to end up loan listing Rudani, that way he doesn't lose his potential. Proctor, one of my Youth Academy graduates, grown by 9. Probably loan list him. Vergara, I think he's going to be going on loan, same with Moyano. Ferreras, in 12 appearances, already has 8 clean sheets. This guy has been absolutely insane since I graduated him from my Youth Academy. Apollo Sue, my backup left back. It's already grown by 4. Now, this is a guy right here, Dobson. I do want to have him eventually alongside Dozell if I can. This guy's been, even though he only has 3 goal contributions to his name, this guy's been absolutely incredible for me. Even more so than Scowen, who is 3 overall higher rated than he is. Federico Barba, like with Brian and Kent and Scowen, I am going to be transfer listing him at the end of the season. Nesta Guinness Walker, or should I say at the beginning of next season, not at the end of the season, but Nesta Guinness Walker, he will eventually be my new starting left back when Brian leaves, and Osu will be my backup left back. And Sam Walker, I am going to go ahead and transfer list him as well. I'm undecided whether or not I want to get a new goalkeeper or if I want to stick with Ferreras as my new starting goalkeeper going into League One, but Walker was one of the players that was default here in FIFA 21. But we are going to be going ahead and looking at player attributes. Like I said before, I did look at development plans beforehand, so if there's anything in particular you want to look at, you can just go ahead and pause the video. You can see Ferreras, awesome reflexes. I think that's one of the reasons why he's doing so good for me. I am working on his handling and positioning. Like I said, Guinness Walker, I do have him as right back this season, though he will be my new starting left back starting next year, and I will be looking for a new starting right back because the only right back I have is Shea Alexander, which I don't think, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with him being my starting right back going. It just depends on how well he grows at the end of this season. Darius Shows, like I said, I do plan on selling him in the January transfer window, possibly Darnell Johnson as well. Madeline, you can see his stats right there. Except Ewan Proctor, I'm maybe looking to loan list him. Some Schultz and Carol Metz, I do plan as having my starting center backs next year. Shea Alexander, he is 64 rated. That is pretty decent for League 2 and respectable for League 1, though. Like I said, I do plan on bringing in somebody else from the right back position next year. But Josh Cohen, again, I'm going to be moving. It's going to take him 41 weeks to turn into a center midfielder. And I do want somebody more bona fide in that position, which Dozel definitely fits the bill. Woodyard, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with him yet. Dobson has been incredible for me. Like I said, he's going to be 68 rated in 4 weeks. George Thomas, I do plan on keeping him over Leonardo Lopez. Lopez, I will be I will be transfer listing him at the beginning of next season. Rudani, I will be having him on the loan list. That way he can, hopefully he won't be losing his potential. My brain froze for a second. I do apologize. Leonardo Lopez hasn't exactly lit the world on fire, even though he's 72 rated. Auer, one of my youth academy graduates. Ryan Kent, I'm going to be getting and selling him on the beginning next season. McLaughlin, I do plan on using him throughout the majority of this career alongside Julian and Goy. Lyle Taylor, I will be moving him on. I will be bringing in a new striker. Andre Vaughn, going to take him just one more week to reach 72, so he's been absolutely awesome for me, much like he was in the MasterBucks career mode. As a matter of fact, both seasons the MasterBucks did, he was actually player of the season both times. So that gives you an idea just how OP Andre Vaughn is to this team. But we are going to go ahead and we're going to end the video by showing you guys the short list that I have compiled. That I do plan on getting some of these guys at the end of the season if I can. Like I said, it's going to be release clauses because we are too low of a division for anybody to want to transfer. But a lot of these guys, like Anthony Gordon, is the winger that I am looking at the most. Though he is unwilling to locate, and I don't think we're actually going to be getting him until the beginning of next year. Same with Tariq Lamptey actually has a release clause. Hopefully that stays at the end of the season. He is one of the right backs I am looking at to fill in that right back position for next year. He's not the first choice right back for Brighton in real life, so I figured I'd revitalize his career by bringing him to AFC Wimbledon. Ethan Ampadu, which is a guy that I've bought several times in past career modes, playing for Leeds United. He does have a release clause here. He has played for Leeds United in real life. I'm really not sure if you want to consider this guy a failed wonder kid or not. I do feel that it's a little bit harsh just yet, though. He did get relegated with Sheffield United. So, I mean, and I think, did he get relegated? No. I think he got relegated not only with Sheffield United in the Premier League, but I think he also got relegated with Venezia in Serie A, so I guess you could put that moniker of failed wonder kid on him, though, like I said, I do feel that's a little bit harsh. Xavi Simons, I don't know about him. I do have him transfer listed. He is unwilling to relocate anyways, but I do know up until recently this I've seen him in FIFAs like FIFA 21, 22, and even 23. Other people playing as him, and he really didn't perform all that well. If I do go in for a starting goalkeeper, I am going for someone like Shel Sherpin. Like I said, he is unwilling to relocate. He does not have a release clause. Same with Somerville. He is a guy that I'm looking at besides Anthony Gordon. Again, does not have a release clause, though he does have some traits. One of the strikers I'm actually looking at, as a matter of fact, the one that I'm looking at the most here is Joshua Zirkzee. Again, unwilling to relocate, but a guy that I think it would give Andre Yvonne some competition in that particular position. Now, Michael Elise. Now, this guy made the big money move from Crystal Palace to Bayern Munich in real life, and he's been absolutely fantastic for the German Giants. And you see he has a whole truckload of traits. Now, he is shown as left mid, though his highest position is actually as a cam, so this is a guy that might end up looking at to replace Leonardo Lopez. Another guy that I'm looking at for that same position is Florian Wirtz. He does have a release clause, though, to be honest with you, I think I'd much rather have Elise come in rather than Florian Wirtz. If I don't bring in Ampadu, another guy that I'm looking to bring in is Josko Guardiol. I can actually get him at the end of the season, though. I'm not sure how I want to go about that. Eric Jr. Dina Mbembe was a guy that I did not use in my Dijon career mode, and a guy that I probably will not use in my Dijon career mode because I've yet to finish a particular career mode, but I am planning on bringing a starting center mid in for that particular squad, so I doubt I'll be bringing Dina Mbembe back in that particular team, though he is my top choice center mid. He is listed as a right mid, though he is higher position. He is higher rated as a center mid, so if I do bring in another center mid, I am looking to bring in this guy ahead of Xavi Simons just because I did not bring him in my Dijon career mode. Now, if I don't bring in Tariq Lamptey, I am planning on bringing in Neco Williams. He does play for Nottingham Forest in real life. He is not the first choice right back on that particular squad. That honor goes to Ola Aina for the Garibaldi Red. Chris Richards is another center back that I'm looking at, though he does have a release clause. Hopefully none of these guys have release clauses have renew their contracts between now and the end of the season. But Van der Voort, another goalkeeper I'm looking at. That's if I do go for another goalkeeper and not stick with Ferreras. Jamie Leveling is another player that I'm looking at. Plays for Stuttgart in real life. Could possibly get him, though I don't know how I'm going to go about that. Sepp Vandenberg is another player that I'm looking at as a center back in case I can't get Richards, Guardiola, or Ampadu. And then the last player on my shortlist is another striker option, which he plays for Celtic in real life, though he was with Norwich here in this particular FIFA. The Irishman, Adam Ida. Here's another guy that I'm planning on bringing in just in case I don't bring in Joshua Zirkzee. But that is some of the stuff that I'm looking at here, and let me just take a look here before I end the episode, what I want to do. I probably won't show any more of the season, believe it or not. I've been simming most of this game anyway, and I really don't want to have you guys watching more sim games of what you need to, but I'm thinking around this time I should be clinching the League 2 title. And it'll be around this time as well. We'll be playing this home leg in the Dons Derby against Milton Keynes Dons. So around the Milton Keynes game or sometime before that or sometime afterward, I am going to be clinching League 2 hopefully. And I will be showing you guys when we clinch League 2. And I'll be showing the Milton Keynes game. And I'll also be showing the title celebration, the trophy lift and celebrations and that. And then we'll be doing the end of season stuff on the 3rd of June. So But yeah, hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of the season 1 of the Wimbledon career mode that I have going on here. Like I said, about 4 episodes left of this particular career mode. And the next time I see you guys, we will be hopefully clinching not only a spot in League 1, but also clinching the title. Because we're well on our way to do that. We are 12 points ahead of Colchester. Hopefully we can keep going. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to this. But thank you guys so much for watching this. Hopefully you guys are looking forward. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far and looking forward to the rest of season 1. And I will see you guys again next time.